Hey everyone and welcome back. Now in today's video we'll be discussing about the Envconsul. Now Envconsul provides a convenient way to launch a subprocess with the environment variable that is populated from HashiCorp console as well as vault. So this can be better understood with this diagram where on the top you have a key value which are available in the console. So you have address, max connections and port that are available. So with the help of Envconsul, you can specify the prefix based on which you want to fetch the data, and then Envconsul can go ahead and fetch these data for you. So if you want to look into the high level use case where this can be useful, so you have certain data in console or maybe vault. So with the help of Envconsul, you can fetch this as a environment variables, and from here for other applications like Docker, these environment variables can be referenced here. So let's assume that Docker needs an environment variable of a port and you have configured a port in console. So with the help of Envconsul, you can fetch it from the console, and then Envconsul can be used with Docker so that Docker will get the latest data about port and various other information here. So let's look into the GitHub page related to Envconsul. Now do note that this is not a feature which is directly part of the console binary. So let's look into the basics here. First thing that we need to do is we have to do an installation. So let's do one thing. Let's start with the installation post which we look into how exactly it would work. So I'm connected to the CLI. Now the first thing that we need to do is we have to clone this specific GitHub repository. So in this case, you have to make sure that you have the Git related packages that are available. Great. So we have installed Git. The next step is to go ahead and do a Git clone on this specific repository. So let's quickly do that. Once done, you can go to the Envconsul directory. And if you look into the third step, you have to run the make dev. So when you do a make dev over here, it basically gives you an error stating that the make command not found. So you can quickly do a yum what provides on make, and it is part of the make package. So you can do a yum y install make over here. That's great. So now when you try to do a make dev, immediately you get one more error stating that the Go is not available. So this is typically part of the Golang package. So let's also verify. So when you do a yum what provides on Go, it is part of the Golang over here. So let's also go ahead and install this. So I'll say yum by install Golang. Great. So now you can run the command of make dev. That's great. So now if you quickly do a ls on root go bin, you should see that you have a Envconsul binary over here. So let's go ahead and copy this up to user local bin. And now when you do a Envconsul, you should see an output something similar to this. Now in order to start working with Envconsul, for today's demo, we add some key and value pair. So we'll keep it very simple. So within the example of Envconsul, if you'll see, they're asking us to go ahead and start a console in the development mode. It is asking to write some data under the key value, and then you're referencing that data with the Envconsul. So let's quickly try it out. So first let's go ahead and start our console agent within the development mode. So before this, make sure that if you're running it via the systemd, you go ahead and do a systemctl stop console. So it is running. The next step is to go ahead and store some data. So they are storing it under the my app. So my app address, my app port, and my app max connections. So let's go ahead and try it out. So within the second tab, we'll do a my app address, we'll do a my app port, and we'll also do a my app max connections over here. So if you will quickly do a console kv get on recurse for my app, you should see all of the data that is available here. So now when you do a Envconsul with the prefix, let's call it as my app. So here it will basically give you the list of environment variables. Among these environment variables would be the three that were part. So let's look into it. So here you have the address, you have the port, and you have the max connections. So now After you have these data, you can go ahead and any application that you use, you can integrate with it so the application can get the environment variable and its associated data from Envconsul, which is nothing but from the Consul key value store here. That's great. So that is the high level idea behind the Envconsul.